what's going on, peeps? What's happening to my rideshare road warriors? This is Carlton Lewis, aka Mellow Melanin, aka Mega Businessman, coming to you live and direct from Atlanta, Georgia. And in this video, we're going to talk about switching up the strategy, and not being afraid to switch up your strategy, and having some consistency in what you got going on. So today is Monday, September the 15th. 16th? Yeah, September the 16th. So last week, and I'm going to show you what happened with last week, but I want to show you how today went. Today, Monday morning. So if you see the time on my screen, you can see it's 5:27. So I just came out maybe about 45 minutes ago. I had a Lyft ride scheduled Lyft ride that canceled. I got $10, and by that time my Uber app had reset itself for the 6 hours. So I have that ready to go now. So I'm in the game. I'm all the way in the game. So this morning I got up, right, and I'll show you guys this. I had four rides, and I did $207, and that was on UberXL and Uber Comfort. And how it happened, right? And I'll show you guys this weekly summary thing, right? Because between last week and starting today started really good. I can't even front and be like, yo, this day was crazy. You see my little Lyft air circle is up there too, because I'm online. I'm like, I will cut this video off and go do my ride if I need to. All right, so I'm gonna move that air circle up, and you see I was online for about 7 hours. I didn't do any Lyft rides today. All of it was Uber. $41 in tips, which is just nuts. Had some really, really good riders, and I'll break this down real quick. So the first ride I had, let's see here, UberXL, the rider canceled, and the first three rides are all part of the same thing. So the lady canceled the ride. I had some surge that hung over from an event last night. We had the Falcons playing. I don't know who they played last night. They played somebody. We won, the Eagles. So the Falcons beat the Eagles last night, and there was some surge left over, $9.50, and I wanted to make sure I took advantage of it. So I put my phone on UberXL and just kept it on. Stayed online. I had enough. I knew I was going to have enough time driving time left, so I could work the morning, right? And the cool thing about Uber, as long as you're not moving the car, then they're not gonna dock you for the time, which I like that. So I learned that trick from my buddy Orlando, Dark Knight. And that's why it's so important to have a network. I'm telling you guys, get a network, join a network, start a network, be in a network. All right, because you learn so much from good people. All right, so the lady canceled the ride, and then she ordered it again. She said I wasn't moving fast enough, which I wasn't. I sleep. I woke up and put my clothes on and got out. So when the third time where you see the $58.46, I sent her a text and I said, hey, good morning. Please don't cancel the ride. I'm on the way. So she was like, well, we're trying to make a flight, and I've never ordered at night. So I called her actually after we did a couple of texts, because sometimes texts don't convey the right emotion, so I wanted to make sure the lady knew that I was really, really on the way, and for her not to cancel it. And it came out to $58.46 UberXL, and she left me a $12 tip, right? So that was awesome. And so after that, I went and I had to put some air in my tire. I gassed up, and then I went into an area called East Cobb. Shouts out again to the Dark Knight for giving me that idea. I'm not going to tell you guys where East Cobb, but it's East Cobb. And that one paid out $82.84. And with this particular one, this gentleman, he was in East Cobb, headed to the airport, had a really good conversation. Put me on, reminded me of a station that we have here, jazz station, WCLK. Shouts out to WCLK, Clark's radio station, Clark Atlanta University, and they play jazz. It's a jazz station. pretty much, I don't know if it's student run, but it's it's one of our local radio stations. And that trip paid out $82, including a $19.37 tip. So I thought that was awesome. And the day just kept getting better. So I forgot, and this is something the Uber app does. If you're dropping at the airport on the Delta side, Delta has a whole terminal at our Atlanta airport, right? So once you're dropping at the airport, and hear this, guys, 60% of the rides coming out of the airport are rematches. So if you're waiting in the queue, you're wasting time, okay? If you're waiting in the queue and it's not in the evening time, you're wasting time, okay? So I got this rematch because I got a Comfort. I didn't have my profile on UberX, but I had it on XL, but Uber switched it back to X as I was dropping off, and I forgot. So I got an Uber Comfort ride, and I took that ride to a city, to a neighborhood called Buckhead. And then while I was up there, I kind of rested, because I took a nap. I'm telling y'all, I took a couple of naps during this whole little shift today, right? And so I eventually got another Uber Comfort ride because I dropped back down about 10 o'clock, right? I'd said I was going to drop back down to 10 o'clock so I could get this. I think I had $5.50 worth of surge or something like that. Let's look at it real quick. Let's look at it. Yeah, I had $5.50 worth of surge, and I was gonna drive, so I dropped down. I knew that at 10 o'clock I wanted to be done because I wanted my apps to reset so I could have more time to drive, and it takes 6 hours for the app to reset. So I did that ride, went to the airport, and this time I put the app on UberXL because the guy went to Delta, and I put it back on, make sure I put it on UberXL because I was so tired. I didn't really want to get a rematch. It's a good possibility I was going to get a rematch, and it could have went, a long distance, and I was already tired. I just really wanted to go home. So that's how this morning went, right? And what I'm telling you guys about the strategy, right? So we're going to go back into last week, right? And just about consistency. So, I've been telling you guys, I've been working on this strategy. I hope you guys saw my video about the antelope and the field mice. That's a very important video. You also have to keep in mind that you need to make sure you're having consistent cash flow. You got to do what works for you, okay? And what makes you happy and what's going to cause long-term happiness. Last week, it was kind of funny, a few days for XL. So, I tried the whole XL only. So this was my look at this, y'all. I wasn't happy with this at all. Look at it. I'm used to making like, $800, $900, $1,000 on Uber alone, not including Lyft. So if you look at these numbers, $38.53 that day on the app, $81, $106, $62. This was a good day. This was Friday. Friday was jumping. Friday evening was jumping. It started off kind of slow, but it ended up jumping. And then Saturday, I did some rides, not a whole bunch. And then Sunday I did some rides, but not a whole bunch, right? So that was on, but what happened Friday, this was the difference Friday, right? So I realized how slow it was. And I was like, okay, I can't really live off of this right here. I could have great days like I did today with XL, and then sometimes you'll have days like this. So, I like to earn about $200 a day, $150 to $200 a day. If I get more than that, great. And so I have my own strategy for doing that. So this time I tried the straight up UberXL strategy, and it wasn't fruitful for me. Now, will it be fruitful for you? I don't know, but you got to get out here and test it out. All right, you got to get out here and test it out. But what you also have to have the common sense to do is to switch up your strategy if the strategy that you're trying is not working. See, I'm not a good person. I don't do a lot of long-term waiting. I don't like to wait for long periods of time. And, you have to have patience when you're doing XL only. You have to have patience. Now, Friday and Saturday, those are big days for XL. Now, let me make sure this is September the 9th through the 16th. So this was last week, right? So let me get into the let me get into the Lyft. And like I said, I got a $10 cancellation fee since I've been back out here. And let's go to the dashboard. Let you guys see the real, just keeping it real with you guys, because that's what I do. One download failed. Who knows what that was? I'm not worried about it. Okay, so we want to go into, we want to move that. We want to go into this, and we want to go into driving history. All right, so with last weekend being Music Midtown, it was a really big weekend. So I wound up doing 19 rides on Lyft. If you see here, September the 9th through the 15th. And I ended up with $457.20. And, you know, not too bad of a day. Not too bad of a day. So if you look here and see, you know, so what's that? 400 plus 457 plus 584. So that puts me right over $1,000 on the app, which is on between both apps. I had a few privates. You know, I got some tips. I had got a $50 cash tip, not a $50, $20 cash tip for bringing somebody's phone back to them yesterday morning. You know, so I think I earned another $70 in cash ride. So I was over $1,000, which is typically my thing. That's my, I guess, my financial thermostat, which I learned from T. Harv Eker in The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. My financial thermostat is set for about, you know, for $1,100 to $1,200 a week. So I need to increase that. But if I could do last week all over again, let's go back to the Uber app, because the Uber app is if I could do this week right here all over again, this Monday through Thursday situation, I would have used my strategy where I use my destination filter, and I learned this strategy from my buddy Carlos. And without, you know, there's enough money out here. You know what I'm saying? There's enough money, and sometimes, you know, if you're not getting the cash flow that you need, yeah, I have an XL vehicle. Yes, I like eating the antelope. Yes, I'm a lion. I love eating the antelope. But my household runs on a day-to-day basis. You know, some people run week to week, some people do month to month, and that's okay. I'm working on that, y'all. I'm working on that. But every day, I know I need to have like $200 a day, $150 to $200 a day, and my household's good. Everybody's happy. There's no worrying. And what I found too is I'm attacking worry. You know, I'm head on attacking worry, and I've been just doing some self work, and that's one of the side benefits of doing rideshare, guys. When you have your downtime, you need to be educating yourself and working on your personal development, or working on your dream, or where you're trying to go in this world. You know, you need to be working on that stuff. So, and I did. So I straight up. I mean, if you look at that, look. I'm gonna tap it again. Monday, 38.53, 81.25, 106, 62. I don't like those numbers. You know, it took the weekend for me to really just come up and balance everything out. And I'd rather have my weekend evenings off, because it's date night. You know, it's family time for me on the weekend. So I'd rather have that time off. So I had to flip and see. I had to look at my personality, look at who I am, and, you know, I had to do what works for me and my household. Will I come out and say the XL strategy only does not work? No, I wouldn't say that. You know, like I said, $207 this morning. All right, this morning. So can that be consistent? Can that be every day? I'm pretty sure it can. You know, I went into an area today that I usually wouldn't go into. I had some surge on rides. I did some Uber Comfort rides. You know, one was a rematch. So, you know, I typically don't even do rematches, you know, because I'm using a destination filter strategy where I won't even get a rematch. So, hope you guys got some value out of this video. You know, like I said, again, this consistency, I'm going to bring this other screen back to you, because I just want you guys to see this, you know. And look how much time I waited around, like 94 hours. That's just waiting, y'all. That's just waiting. A lot of that is waiting, just waiting. It's crazy. You know, that's not me actually driving. That's a lot of just wait time. And you know, you can only do so much stuff during that time. All right, so with that being said, this has been Carlton Lewis, aka Mellow Melanin, aka Mega Businessman, coming to you live and direct from Atlanta, Georgia. My promise is to make more videos this week. I'm not sure if it's just going to be on consistency, but this is what stood out to me last week, and it's all about learning. You got to try stuff, you got to do stuff. You know, if you got a system that works, work it. All right, you got to do what works for you. You got to do what works for your tools, you know, and you got to do what works for your household. All right, once again, Carlton Lewis, Southeast Beast, Conquering Chief, Your Highness, the Finest Prosperity Done #1, and this video is a wrap. Peace.